Back on the fly, just here recapping, predicting the World Junior Championship, U18 Women's World, the Men's World Championship, Women's World Championship, U18 Men's World Championship. What is happening?
It is by far one of the dumbest things I have ever seen.
Prepare to die. Figured it was better safe than sorry.
Scores! Nathan McKinnon scores for Canada.
Your home for international hockey. This is On the Fly.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome back to On the Fly, your home for international hockey. Today we have bronze medal game action from the men's under-18 World Championships, where we'll see Czechia taking on Latvia. It should be a great day of action today. If you have not already, please do smash the like button. Helps get this stream out to more people as well. Hit the subscribe button, make sure to do that, and go vote in our poll. Of course, the poll of destiny, where we have currently Latvia in the lead, 71% as of this current moment, and it should be a great day of action today. You look at these two teams coming in, it's been definitely an interesting road to get here. You have two teams that have struggled in recent history. We have Latvia, who's playing for their first medal at this under-18 tournament. The Czechs already have taken a silver medal at this tournament, but it's been a few years for them since they've played for a medal. And so we're going to see. It's going to be an interesting day of action. Obviously, two teams fighting for some hardware today for the first game, and then, of course, later on, we have Slovakia and Sweden for gold, which we'll be live for as well. A quick reminder of how we got to this point. As you can see in our playoff graphic, the Czechs did beat Finland in the quarterfinals. They then lost to Sweden in overtime yesterday. A disappointing loss there, but one that there was lots to be happy with from that game. They generated quite a bit of momentum, I'd say, from that one as well. And as they head into today's game against Latvia, who came off one of the biggest upsets in the quarterfinals, knocking off the big bad USA. They then followed it up, losing just narrowly to the Slovak team. We then, of course, saw, and this brings us to today, where we're going to see the Czechs taking on the Latvians in what is going to be an interesting one. Two teams with a lot of passion who are going to be duking it out over the next 2.5-ish hours, plus more maybe, depending on what happens with overtime today. We had, or shootout potentially too. Of course, we had a little bit of fun. Was it yesterday? I guess it would have been. A little bit of overtime action here on the channel. And so we'll see what today brings, because it should definitely be an interesting day. How is everyone doing in our chat today? Hopefully everyone's having a great start to their afternoon or morning, depending on where you are watching from. But we are just about to get underway here. Starting goaltenders for today's games. We kind of talked a little bit about it yesterday, but it will still be Plumich for Latvia. As for the Czechs, they will go back to their second goaltender, Skleníčka, which isn't much of a surprise, especially considering Solovec would be on the back-to-back. Plumich expected to play both back-to-back, so I wouldn't necessarily say that that's all that surprising. R.I.P. Alex Zanardi, double IndyCar champion and quadruple Paralympic gold medalist. Wow, it's quite the career. Current poll sits at 61% for Latvia, 39% for the Czechs. The margin is getting slimmer. We'll see which team ends up coming out on top. As we see now, CESKYHOKEJ in net for the Czechs. See what they can get the job done today. It's probably gonna be 2-0 Czech in the first minutes. That would be quite the start to this one. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can have a good game. Well, I have a feeling it will be. But time will tell. Time will certainly tell. As far as changes to the lineup for the Latvian squad, Braksha out for Latvia today. Danielovs will go in for this Latvian squad. So we're about to get underway. Murnix will line up against Tomek today for the opening draw, and we are underway for bronze medal game action between Latvia and Czechia. Two teams battling it out for their chance to take home a medal at this year's tournament. Their first in quite a while for the Czechs, the first ever for Latvia at this tournament. So Czechs work on in. Shot. Good block out front early. Sloglis with the block there. Murnix will now keep it up against the boards. Moves it back. And Latvia will break it up. Break it up ice. Avotins tries to move it along the line. Can't. But the puck picked up by Murnix. Murnix now works in. Shot. A little bit of traffic in front. Good stop there by CESKYHOKEJ. The Czechs will move it up. But taken away at the line. Stretch pass now. Here comes Latvia. Shot. Blockered away. Some good opportunities early on here for this Latvian team. The puck will be cleared down. Latvia will pick it up in their own end. Tries to pass it out, and they will. Cloudsens now works in. Oh, and a great move there. Oh, and backside shot. Oh, and he misses the net. Huge opportunity there. Shot. Looking for a redirect. Nothing there. Just works down with Cloudsens. Cloudsens tries to jam it out front. Gets picked off by the Czechs. Another turnover in their own end. Latvia now will work in with it. That should be a penalty. Puck comes flipped up. That'll be a hand pass. 17:59 left to go in this period. That was a crazy sequence for the Latvian team. A good start to this one for sure. But a real good opportunity there for Cloudsens, who tried to move it over across, but unfortunately Obuks just misses the net wide open. The Czechs now stretch pass, looking for the bank play. They'll be first on it. It's taken down, but no call there. As the puck come back down into the Czech end. Birtis will move it up there to Hook. Hook over to Birtis. Good drop pass there. Holzowski tries to throw it across. No one there on the rebound. Hook in the proximity. Moves up the line. Shot from the point. Blocked out front. That's Mihalik with a shot. Vanacek works down into the corner. Moves over. As Latvia now will break it back up ice. Moves it up. Tomek hands it off. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Oh, and a big hit there. Mihalik shot. Blocked. Mihalek passes it over the line. Over to Tomek from the point. Shot blocked. Laugalish there with the shot block. Tomek works it in. Stops up at the blue line. Tomek waits with it. Skates. Waits. Shot. Misses wide. And Latvia will work it back up ice. U18 will try and chip it ahead, but that will go the length of the ice for icing. 16:20 now left to go in this first period. A little bit of a pushback from the Czech team. Especially for a Czech team that has started so hot all tournament long, the first 10 minutes, very important for a team like Latvia. They're trying to avoid allowing them into a game like this. Smurniks wins back the draw. U18 moves it up, tries to move it up, gets knocked off. And the Czechs now break it back in the ice. Close. Puck turned over in the Latvian end. But picked right back up. Puck will be dumped down. The Czechs will come back. Did it. Nedaros with the long stretch pass. Hits a few shin pads. But close now. We'll take it in. Latvia back to get it in their own end. Rutkas picks it up behind his own net. Goes for a skate, but gets the puck picked off him. Katalichki moves it down to Shihas. Down to Hurdle. Over to Katalichki. Up to the point. Beertus shifts it over to point. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Katalichki now picks it back up. Moves up to the point. Shot. Rebound. Oh, and a good save there by Plumich. Shihas with an opportunity, but protected there by Plumich. If you are new here, please do smash the like button. Hit the subscribe if you have not already. A big game coming up later today as we'll see Slovakia taking on the Swedes for gold. As well, at our first intermission, we will take a little trip down memory lane over the last, 3 days. Shot! Hook with a huge opportunity there, cannot find it through. Hook picks it right back up, passes out front, misses wide of the net. Sedlacek there, the prime opportunity in the slot, no one around him. Wheels it around, shot blocked. The Czechs will continue with it. Pressure offensively. Halleck moves it down. Holzhovsky tries to throw it in the corner. No one there. Vanacek rims it back around. Latvia tries to get up now. Krumich loses the puck. Zupnik now will flip it in. Vanacek will wheel it up for the Czechs. Tomek will dump it in. Shabesta moves it over to Tomek. Down. Tomek now uses his edges. Oh, and a good move there by Tomek. Oh, and a great move there by Tomek. Tries to throw it out front. No one there. And Latvia now breaks out with two, but cannot grab the puck. Clout sends there. Just missed it. Rummel dumps it down deep. As the Czechs come back to pick it up. Latvia will break it out. 2-on-1 evolving for Latvia. Here they come, and good blocker save there. As the puck will come all the way back around, and here comes the Czechs. Skates with it, moves it up, tries to find the high guy, but no one there. It's Latvia now. Dump it down deep, and the Czechs go back into their own end and pick it up. 13:10 now left to go in this first period. Mornix gets puck picked off him. Shihas now shoots it wide of the net. Latvia breaks back up ice. But another kind of sluggish type of game for the Latvians so far. So the kind of style they want to play. The longer this game can remain close, the better chance they're going to have today. Hook throws it out front. No one there. Aganovskis. Checks now. Vanacek walks with a shot. Block shot out front. And it'll go out of play. This will be our first power break of the game. It's been quite the start so far. I mean, there have been some chances. I'd say Latvia's definitely had the better chances thus far. We'll see whether or not that's going to change, obviously, as this game goes along. Taking a look at our poll. 75 votes registers. 60% say Latvia will end up taking it today. The Czechs with the other 40%. A pretty close split. I'd probably say the closest it's been over the last few days. So we'll see, kind of as this one goes along, who's going to end up taking it. If you are new here, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you are notified when we go live. We will be live later today for the gold medal game, which should be a good one. Sweden taking on the host Slovakia. It will be a good one. It's going to be a tight game, but I think in the end we'll see which team comes out on top there. And we'll preview that game a little bit more in that second period intermission. Our first period intermission, a little bit more about how we got here. And of course, we'll still talk about the game in between there. So stay tuned. Lots of coverage coming. As we are back here for Latvia and the Czechs. Darvids lines up against Hook for the Czechs. Moves it up. Shot from the point. We cleared down. Olajovsky tied up in the corner, will come out with the puck. Some good defense there by Herdmanis, who of course had a bit of a fight yesterday that wasn't end up. No further discipline was issued. Upniks works in, shot, saved by Sklenicka. Good stop there. That's why host countries except Canada and at the World Juniors for some reason always pick the first semifinal when they make it that far. We all know it's because of the money. They got to give Canada prime time. Tomek will line up in the face-off dot. Cloudsens on the other side as Tomek wins the draw back to Neteros. Tomek gets the puck poked off him, but the Czechs will recover it. As the Latvians have done a pretty good job today at disrupting a lot of the Czech passing. Moves it up. Tomek dumps it down deep. Cloudsens now. Work back. This Cloudsens line seems to be line matching here. Tomek now works in. Tomek moves over to Tomanek. Shot. Blocked off Shabesta's skate. Douglas will move it over back. We'll pass it back to Cloudsens, and they will come back and protect. Under 11 minutes now to go in this first period. Douglas now works in for the Latvians. But the puck will be taken away, and here comes back the Czechs. Oh, and a good stretch pass there. Shot. Good save there by Plumich. A lot of traffic in front. Fun fact, as a result of this Slovakia-Sweden gold medal game, the last 6 straight years that didn't have at least one tournament canceled by COVID have had at least 2 tournaments that had a first-time gold medal game in that tournament. Very interesting. It did make me laugh yesterday, as you said you were going to go back and figure out every matchup that's never happened before. I thought that one made me laugh, because that was going to be a lot of different names. It is indeed money, but personally, I'd rather the first semifinal. They're the ones competing for gold or bronze. I'm not. True. Very true. Puck we move back in. So Latvia will dump it down deep. Collected by Mihalik. Moves it up. Mihalik. Up to Katalichki. Back to Katalichki. Passes it over. Starts to wheel it up. Lukes. Loses the puck there. Sedlacek in the area. Upniks moves it up to Roots. Passes it over. Good play there. 9:30 left to go in this first period. Rummel, pick it up now. Moves it up. I finished the men's Olympic list, but then got to the men's worlds list and realized this wasn't going to work. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's been quite a few worlds over the many years. Last year's U18 tournament only had an average attendance of 803 per match. I think this has been like, what, 4,000 a match? Or 4,000 a game? Oh, good play there. Culminates now will work it back in for Latvia. Culminates throws on the brakes. Looking for the trailer. Culminates works down low. Culminates scores! Martins Culminates scores for Latvia to make it 1-0. And Latvia will lead. A huge goal for a player that they've relied on all tournament long. Latvia 1, Czechia 0. Martins Culminates. Tic-tac-toe and scores for Latvia. Latvia searching for their first medal at this tournament ever. Just got a heck of a lot closer with that goal. .8:30 left to go in this first period. As the Czechs now work it back in. Puck poked off again. Murniks now moves it up. Moves it up to the point. Latvia with a little bit of offensive zone time now. Avotinch. It's blocked. We'll saucer it up. Here's Zipa. Herdmanis locks this line down again. Passes it up. Good shot. Saved by Sklenichka. Rimmed around. Latvians will be first on the puck there. Culminates again shot. Culminates just double shift. We'll have to look at ice time after this because Martins Culminates just double shifted there. As the Czechs will collect it back behind their own net. As Latvia gets on the board early here. A real good start for them. As Hook will now walk with it. Moves it up to the line. Waits. Skates along the blue line. Throws on the brakes. Passes it back up. Shot. Blocked out front. Burgess now. Moves it down to Sedlacek. Sedlacek up to Biertis. Biertis walks the line. Moves it up. Shot from the point. Blocked. Over to Biertis now. Shot. Looking for the tip. Who could not get it there? Puck will move down. Sedlacek takes it. Hook moves it up to the blue line. Shot from the point. Rebounds. Good stop there by Pluminch. Comes all the way around. As this Latvian team starts to look a little bit tired now. Biertis passes it down the wall. Oh, and a great move there by Tomek. Forehand, backhand, but unfortunately cannot roof it. 6 minutes now to go. Tomanek walks in with it. Shot. This is over the net. Got a stick out front. Throws on the brakes. Moves it down. Tomek moves it up to the line. Back over to Tomek. Tomek now walks with it. Tomek holds. Biertis now. Down the half wall. Back up top. Here's Mihalik. Mihalik walks. Finds the open guy. Shot. Scores! Matej Tomanek scores for the Czechs to make it a 1-1 hockey game. After an extended zone time, it was only a matter of time as the Czechs find themselves in a tie hockey game. Czechia won, Latvia won as well. As we take a look at our current poll, 104 votes registered, 62% saying Latvia, 38% for the Czechs, 104 votes in. Please do vote on that poll as well as hit the like button while you're at it. It would mean a great ton. As well, we are on the road to 1,800 subscribers here on YouTube. We are just 35 away, so if you have not already, please do smash that subscribe button. Tomanek from Mihalik and Biertis are your goals and assists. And we have a tie game here. Oh, and a Zipa just took out Tarvids in the dot. Face-off won by the Czechs. Taken. Zipa moves it up the line. Oh, and a great move by Vanacek there. Unfortunately, not good enough. As Latvia now will break it up ice. Upniks to the net. Runs over the goaltender. Oh, that's not going to be received warmly. As skirmishes now break out in front. A penalty will be called. I would assume it's for goaltender interference. As Upniks just went flying into Skleníčka. Latvian player pushed into the goal. Didn't look like it. He went in pretty easy. As it does appear that the Czechs will likely head to the power play. Of course, we will wait on that. I think there's actually exactly 5 minutes left to go in in this first period. Yeah, I would assume the Czechs are getting a power play out of this, if I had to guess. But time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah, that was it's what I like to call an unnecessary play. Why do we keep bullying the enemy goalies? It'll be easier to win if the Czechs have no goalie. Yeah, fair enough. It's hard to argue with that. I believe Skleníčka got the call considering he's fist bumping everybody. Yesterday we smacked the enemy goalie with our sticks. Now we're just running into them. Nukes. Oh, yeah, he just went right through him. Yeah, there should be a power play. As it will be, the Czechs will head to the power play. Early in this one, 5 minutes left to go in the first period, they'll look to try and take the advantage. Vanacek will take it over to Rummel. Rummel down low. All alone and scores. Hook for the Czechs makes it a 2-1 hockey game, and Czechia now leads. A good power play look there, and we find David Hook, the recipient of the goal. He's 2 minutes behind for those wondering. I think the stream's also delayed by a little bit, which I think is what the I think that's the bigger issue, because this thing's typically pretty up there, or pretty up to time. But the Czechs do lead 2-1. That will do it for the power play, and we'll see what the response is going to be from Latvia. This game for the Latvians was always going to be a tough one. The Czechs understanding how to play within a system. It's very difficult to go and beat them. Zavocinch gets tied up there by Netaros. As the Czechs work it back up ice. Katalichki with a nice move. Over to Netaros. Netaros walks in. Shot! Off the side of the net. Netaros keeps with it. Bo get the puck poked off him. And Latvia will try and keep it, but will not be able to. Katalichki now moves along the boards. Smurnik's just knocked off Holozhovsky. 4 minutes to go in this first period. Passes it around the boards. And we'll go the length of the ice for icing. 3:48. Let's make it more subtle. Latvian hockey is skill issue. Well, I think that's part of it. Like, realistically, they're not expected to even be at this point. And their best chance to win one of their last two games would have been against the Slovaks, and unfortunately, just couldn't really find the offense to go with it. And so that was a tough one for them there. But I will say, from what we've seen from the Czechs so far at this tournament, their game gets progressively worse as they have a lead. So we'll see whether or not that's going to be the case today as well. As the Czechs, or the Latvians rather, work in now. Cloudsense again looking for his second of the game. Cloudsense gets tied up in the corner. Moves it over. The Czechs work back up ice now. Oh, and a good defensive effort there by Cloudsense. As the Latvians begging for a penalty but will not get one. Puck will be shot down. And a bit of a weird play there behind the net. But they will collect. Mihalik now moves it up for the Czechs. Bring it up. Passes it. That will go for an icing call. Oh, and a really weird play there. As Tarvich just looked like he got punched from behind. Klaus not happy about it, whatever it was. Latvia's population, 1.8 million. .239 left to go in the first period. Czechia does lead by a score of 2-1. Shots on goal are 9-7 for the Czechs. Pretty, I'd say fairly even period so far, but we've seen the Czechs definitely pick it up over the last few minutes. Bit of a slow start today. which is unlike the Czechs, but that's offside. If this goal goes in, it'll be ruled back for offside. Moves it over. Passes it up to the line. Shot from the line. Misses wide of the net. A reminder, this play still is going to be ruled offside if it gets there. Zipa gets tied up in the corner. Ziyech and Zipa down low. Puck will be fired all the way down. And tripped up there. Mihalik will not get a call, though. Vanacek rather works up for the Czechs. Shoots it down into the corner. Nederos takes it for the Czechs. Cycles it up. Passes it down. Dump it down deep. She has. No good. Nice move there. The Latvians now work up by Supniks. Takes the puck. And that'll be an offside called. 1:07 left to go, and we're going to a commercial break. Really? Really? Absolute garbage. Just terrible. About the attendance thing, I checked. Average attendance of non-USA games last year was 634. Non-Slovakia games this year was 1374, with this game still to be determined. Out of curiosity, what was it for the home teams? I assume it was sold out for both. I'd hope. I would really hope both those games got sold out. That would be really unfortunate if it didn't. As we go to the poll, 60% say Latvia, 40% say the Czechs, 125 votes registered. Be sure to get your vote in as well. It's an important poll. Has the future to reshape an entire game. Let us know who you think is going to win between these two teams. As Murnix now for the Latvians. Huk for the Czechs. Lines up in the face-off dot. Oliver's Murnix. Face-off draw 1 by the Czechs. They've really dominated in the dot today so far. Olszewski works down low. I've really liked this Olszewski, Sedlacek, and Huk line so far today for the Czechs. That's looked really good. Latvians now move it over. Passes it up. Latvians collect in their own end. 25 seconds to go. They'll collect it behind their own net. One last chance likely coming. It's chased out behind the net by Tomanek. They'll flip it in. Cloud sends first in on it. Cloud sends, tries to get it to Rukas. But the puck will go to the corner. The Czechs will try and clear it out, but can't. With 1 second left. Oh, a good hit there at the end of the period. A little bit of extracurricular after the whistle. But that should do it for our first period of action today. A bit of a slow start so far. We'll see whether or not that picks up into the second period. Both teams kind of still filling each other out. We saw the Czechs get their looks late. 1 goal on that big power play opportunity. Another goal from the Czechs was just wearing down the Latvian team in the offensive end. Weren't able to get the puck out. So a recipe for disaster if you are the Latvians. For the Latvians, an early goal in this game. They led 1-0, but unfortunately just couldn't quite hold on to that lead. Poll says 60% for Latvia. Looks like a lot of Latvians are watching the stream. I would say so, as the vote slowly but surely ticks back into Czechia's favor. When we first got on here this morning, it was about, I think it was 70% or 80% Latvia. That has obviously since changed, and so we'll see kind of what goes on there. I'm Latvian, but I voted for the Czechs. That's fair enough. Anyway, we are going to show you some clips from how we got to this point. You'll be seeing it from our quarterfinal stream as well as our semifinal stream, which were yesterday. So hope you'll enjoy. We'll be back just after this short break. Oh, 2-on-1 evolving for the Czechs. Oh, scores! Czechia gets on the board early today as Adam Klaus gets the opening goal, and right as well. The Germans put them on the board with a huge goal, 2 big goals. Adam Klaus with the breakaway attempt slides it 5-hole, putting the Czechs up 1-0 in this quarterfinal game. A really hot start today for this Czech team. Jam play. Jams in front of the net, and they score. It's waved off, though. Oh, and Euronin is very unhappy with that call. So they're going to call, I would assume, goaltender interference there, but a jam play out in front of the net. The Finns celebrate like they score, and we potentially have a goal on our hands 21 seconds into the power play. A complete jam play out front of the net. Everyone, really all of the players on the power play in the area. We'll see here if the goaltender gets pushed in. No, this should count. Fugleberg, I believe, just shoots the puck straight into the net here. A weird kind of jam play. Yeah, this should count. This should definitely count because of the goaltender interference happened before. Assuming the Finns challenge this play or if they talk it over, this will likely ending in a goal. And it's a goal. And Finland will tie the game at 1 on the power play. Fugleberg with the goal for the Finns, and they will tie this one at 1. Shot! Scores! Czechia finds themselves on the board in the final minute of action. What a goal for the Czechs. Great shot opportunity blocked out front, and that's going to do it. The Czechs will move on to the semifinals of the men's under-18 World Championships. A huge win for them, taking down the win over the rival Finns 2-1. It never ends. It actually never ends. No. Ole Karlsson with the opening goal for Sweden, and Sweden now leads by 1-0 early on in this one. Oh boy, not again. Oh no, walks in, shot. Oh my God, 2-0. Anderson with the goal. Ludvig Anderson with the goal for, obviously, the Swedes. Captain gets the Swedish team on the board. And it's 2-0. It never ends. It actually never ends. Preston. Over. Scores! Dagonet with the goal, and Canada gets themselves on the board. 5 seconds left to go in the period. Works it around. Shot tipped. Oh! Is that in? Buzzer beater. Callum Croskery, I think, just put it in. I'm not celebrating yet. I want to see the clock. That was like bang bang with the timer. Come on! 2-2. Oh, delay a game, I think, on Canada. Straight out of play. Sweden will head to the power play. Hermansson waits, shot, scores. Bartholdsson puts it home for Canada, or for Sweden. 3-2. Power play goal. Can't take stupid penalties. This is what you get. Canada rims it around the boards. No, they miss it. Puck goes down into the empty net. I feel like this has to be one of the most disappointing years for Canadian international hockey. You lose the World Juniors to the Czechs. Women's U18s, you lose to the US. Olympics, you lose to the US twice. Men's U18s, you lose to Sweden. And then the last one, it's coming up soon. Good old Men's World Championships. Where you'll probably lose to Finland. Is this the most disappointing year in Canadian international hockey history? I feel like it is. I feel like it has to be. Team Latvia has pulled off the miracle and beaten Team USA. Slowly but surely dwindling away. And Latvia gets on the board. It's 1-0. Potential for an upset. Martin Cloudsands with the goal. Slides it over, shot, blocked. Oh, and tries the backhand play. Cannot find it through. Jam play. They score! Latvia's up 2-0 over the US on a power play goal. There might just be another upset today. We were talking earlier about how we are expecting at least one upset at this tournament. And I think we might have found what it's going to be. Rebound. He's trying to cover it. Oh, that went in. 2-1 now. 11:21 left to go. Zajic with the goal for the U.S. and we are within 1 goal. The game gets interesting. As Latvia breaks out open the ice. Shot. Scores! Latvia makes it. Magnus Avotinch scores for Latvia to make it 3-1. And all of a sudden, this game gets ever so much more exciting. The U.S. has pulled their goaltender. The U.S. has pulled their goaltender with 5 minutes left to go on this game. What is happening? 4:30 left to go in the third period. Cullen tries across the ice. No good. As Latvia will break it up ice. Is this the dagger? For the empty net. Scores! Latvia 4-1 over the U.S. and it looks like they will be playing for medal at this year's tournament. What a game, what an upset, what a tournament. Oh, and that's 4-2 now. Game gets interesting again. 3:26 left to go. The U.S. still needs 2 goals. Oh, and the empty net for the win scores! Latvia has pulled it off. They will win this quarterfinal matchup against the U.S. and play for a medal at this year's tournament. 5-2 Latvia. And that is going to do it. Team Latvia has pulled off the miracle and beaten Team USA. What a performance. What a performance. And the Slovaks score on the opening goal of the game. 13:08 to go. Oh, and another big goal. Slovakia makes it 2 on the board. And Slovakia scores their 3rd goal of the game. As Timothy Kazda makes it 4-0 for Slovakia. This game is slowly but surely getting out of hand. An ugly game for sure, to say the least. Oh, and just a terrible giveaway at the blue line. Comes all the way back down and scores. Denmark makes it 4-1. 7 minutes left to go in the first period. But a huge win today as Slovakia scores yet another goal. That makes it 5-1. So a bit more of that blowout type of game now. Oh, and they did score 6-1 with 5:20 left to go. Yeah, this game is just about done. Oh, and another goal. Timothy Kazda with the goal for the Slovak team. It is now 7-1. An ugly game, to say the least. 3, 2, and 1, and that will do it today for our coverage of the quarterfinals at the men's under-18 World Championships. Team Slovakia will guarantee themselves a chance to play for a medal here on home ice. Today, we got semifinal action from the men's under-18 World Championships on deck. Latvia taking on Slovakia in the opening one. It's going to be tough to find some highlights from this game. Passes it down. Back to Boca. Shot. Plumin gets dug away. It's a goal! Slovakia gets on the board first. A lot of interference in front of the net. Plumin just calling for his coach to challenge because goaltender interference. But as of right now, Slovakia, Jakubek will get on the board for the Slovaks, making it a 1-0 game. Yeah, no, they're not going to challenge. Slovakia will lead 1-0, scoring with 16 seconds left to go in the second period. They will take the lead in this semifinal game with hopes of going to the gold to take it home on home ice. They're calling a tripping penalty. Latvia will head to the power play, down a goal with a chance to tie the game at 1. Not a whole lot of prime opportunities outside of one chance, and that will do it for the Latvian power play. Tries for the shot, and that's going to do it. Slovakia will head to the gold medal game on home ice, taking today's game by a score of 1-0 over Latvia. What a game, coming down right to the final whistle. We are back for game number 2 of our semifinal day of action between Sweden and Czechia. Moves it over, shot, save, rebound, scores! Peter Tomek, captain Czechia, scores for the Czechs to put them up 1-0 in the semifinals. A great goal for the captain who's gone through so much to be at this tournament. He gets his team on the board. Face-off won by the Swedes. Shot, scores! Elton Hermansson right off the face-off draw. Makes it a 1-1 hockey game. Works in Tomanek. Jam play. Where's the puck? Shot. Scores! The Czechs have got on the board for a second time in this game. Matej Tomanek scores for Czechia off the rebound. And the Czechs will lead this semifinal 2-1. This is off to Vanacek. Vanacek walks in. Passes it over Tomek. Back to Vanacek. Shot, scores! Jakub Vanacek makes it 3-1 on the 5-on-3 power play. There will exist still a minute and 14 seconds left to go on the remaining power play, as we will see if they can make it a 4-1 game in this one. But turned over at the blue line. Swedes work back in. Command shot. Scores! Alexander Command makes it 3-2, bringing the Swedes back within a goal. Oh, and a great move there by Sorensen. Sorensen right to the net. Shoots. Scores! Viggo Sorensen makes it a tie game. 3-3. As there's some more action here in the semifinals between Sweden and Czechia. And that will do it for regulation. We will head to everybody's favorite overtime. As Hermansson, oh, good move by Hermansson, walks in, shot, saved again. Meyer, shot, scores! Meyer's done it. He will send Sweden to the gold medal game. Sweden takes this one 4-3. In overtime. The Swedish captain for today, with their original captain Ludvig Andersson out due to an illness. Bosse Meyer puts it in for the Swedes and will send them to the gold medal game where they will take on Slovakia on home ice for gold. So that's what we have. And we see it now, right? With our Czech Latvia bronze medal game, Sweden and the Slovaks coming up later today for gold. We'll talk a little bit more about the Sweden and Slovakia game coming up in just a little bit for our second period intermission. But for now, we'll talk about the path to get here. For the Czechs, a real important win over the Finns on that opening day. They followed up with a disappointing loss, really blowing it against the Swedish team. They then find themselves in this bronze medal game for Latvia. It was a impressive win over the U.S. team that they end up, of course, flying all the way back. They lose to the Slovaks in a heartbreaker in the semifinals, which then also brings them to this game. First period, nothing really too surprising about this game. The Latvians started pretty hot. Of course, they get on the board first in this one. But in the end, the Czechs do find 2 goals towards the end of the period. They have generated a lot of momentum over the last little bit. We'll see if that can continue through the rest of this one. And we'll see, right? And it's always interesting to see these types of games where you know coming in, if you're Latvia, that it's going to be a difficult game to try and go out and win. But I thought they've played decently well to this point. We'll see whether or not that is going to be the case. As far as shots on goal go, Czechia did lead that period 9-7. At one point, the Latvians kind of led, especially early on in that. And so we'll see whether or not that'll continue as this day moves onwards. But definitely interesting. Definitely interesting for sure to see whether or not this Czech team is going to be able to kind of be able to close the door today. Obviously, coming off of a tough loss the other day, it will be one to keep an eye on. But we are just about back for second period action here between Czechia and Latvia as these teams look to try and win a medal at this year's tournament. Latvia will dump it all the way down. Right off face-off draw. A bit of interesting. Oh, and Vanacek gets ridden off the boards there by Avotinch. Vanacek is down. Looked like a weird play there. Not sure what what happened there. This Murnix now fires it down. Down to Avotinch now. Takes it. Avotinch walks in. Shot. Looking for a weird bounce play there. Moves it down. Avotinch takes the puck. Avotinch walks along with it. Gets draped over by Vanacek, the Czech defender. No good. Murnix now. Shot. Rebound. Oh, and Avotinch had a prime opportunity there. As Ryzans picks it right back up. Shot. Blocked out front. Oh, and a great chance there. Unfortunately, just could not bury it. That was a great opportunity for the Latvians. Erdmanis now takes the puck for Latvia. An invigorated squad to start this period. Kiss. Where's the puck? As it pops out, Klotsens cannot keep it in as the puck will be fired down into the Latvian end. This will go for icing. Bronze medal games are always hard to play. Team A, the team that's excited at the chance to win a medal. Team B, the team disappointed around the gold medal game. And the bronze medal game can be A versus B, A versus A, or B versus B. True. A versus A, though, is typically a lot more fun. Let's say that much. And I know the Czechs are fairly excited to be playing for a medal. Obviously, actually both these teams would have really wanted to play for gold, but still. Luke's back for it for the Latvians. And in come the Czechs, but they can't quite find the puck. So Latvia now will wheel it up. Oh, bit of a risky play there by Utniks, but he keeps the puck on his stick. Immediately giving it right back, and the puck will be fired down for icing. Bit of that sloggy type start. We'll see which line pops over the boards for the Latvian team. Surprised if it isn't the Murnix line. Yep, and guess who? Face-off draw won by the Latvians. Oh, no. Can't keep it in. Leganovskis drops it back. Puck moved up there. Puck rimmed around the boards. Savutinch gets knocked down. Katolichki will move it up for the Czechs. We'll go dump and chase. First on it, though, but loses the puck. So Latvia will now break it up ice. Puck given away. And the Czechs will move it back in and dump it down. Bit more of that defensive effort that we saw in yesterday's game from this Czech team. Not sure this is the kind of game they want to play. Shias loses the puck. Deflected and out of play. 16:52 left to go in the second period. See whether or not they're going to be able to who will get the next goal here. It's probably going to be a pretty big goal, momentum swinging wise. If Latvia can score, all of a sudden that belief factor is very much back. If the Czechs can score, it'll definitely take out a hot start to a period for the Latvians. Looking for Rudkis there. No one there. Moves it up. Oh, and here comes Latvia. Cloudstands works in. Oh, and looks for the pass opportunity, but cannot find on the backside. A good chance there. Cloudstands has been all over it so far in this game for Latvia. So the puck will be rung around. It's a tough one. A prime opportunity chance there for the Latvians. Unfortunately, just could not find it. Current poll sits at 56%. Say Latvia is going to win today. 44% for the Czechs. 176 votes registered. Face-off draw won by the Czechs. Tomek. Back to Mihalik. Shot from the point. Blocked out front. Cloud sends. Tries to move it ahead, but can't. Tomanek will work in for the Czechs now. Tomanek moves it over to Srebesta. Srebesta holds on to it. Down to Tomanek. Tomanek up to Vanacek. Tries for the tip play, no good. Mihalik still with the puck. Walks to the line shot. Blocked out front. Latvians will go for the stretch pass. Roots. For Latvia, tries to throw it up front, but no one there. Tomanek now works up for the Czechs, back the other way. Tomek, nice move there. Tomek holds it behind the net. Moves it up to Vanacek. Vanacek wheels it around. Vanacek shot. Saved by Pluminch. 15-17 now left to go. Some good action there from the Czech offense. A reminder that later today will be the gold medal game between Slovakia and Sweden, coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 7 p.m. Central European Time, or Central European Summer Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time. So stay tuned for that. We will be live here on the channel, so I do hope to see everyone there. Zipa lines up against Murnix. Wheels it around. Close shot. Blocked out front. Good block there by Klavinch. Klaus up to Rummel. Cross the line. Shot. Saved by Pluminch again. Another good save there. As they're highlighting Cloudsen's play today, it's been pretty good. Obviously scored the opening goal of the game. And from there, he's just kind of been an impact player for sure, a high-energy guy, and a guy that really, to be frank, he needed to be in this game. And so it's good to see. Face off. Loses the draw. Czechs take it. was at the line. Warm it all the way around. Pass it. Rumel with the pick off there. Rumel moves it down to Katalichki. Katalichki shot blocked. Katalichki holding on to it now. Throws on the brakes. Katalichki holds on. Wheels it. Oh, and nearly gets the puck poked off him. Plumich plays the puck behind his own net. Shot. Weird save there from Sklenicka. But he still makes the saves nonetheless. We will see whether or not Latvia is going to be able to find this response here, because they're going to need one. They do definitely need one here, as they're kind of looking at it right now. 14:16 left to go in this second period. We'll see whether or not they are going to be able to find a response. The cloud sand line is out for the Latvians. Holishovsky now works in. Throws on the brakes along the half wall. Puck works down deep. Herdmanis back for the Latvians. Puck picked off. Oh, and looking for a stretch pass, but cannot find it. Herdmanis collects for the Latvians. Nice move there. Rutkus throws on the brakes. Moves it over, looking for the incoming Latvian defender, but wasn't able to pick up the puck. Good, and a glove catch. Oh, and Tamanik's just got thrown to the ground. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It looked like a dive, but interesting. Oh, and Beertus is getting a talking to. All right, in our chat, let's get a train of who everyone's cheering for. Let me hear it. I want to see the spam for if you're cheering for Latvia. Let me see all the Latvia. If you're cheering for the Czechs, let's hear the Czechs. Let us see who everyone is cheering for on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, or morning, I guess, depending on where you're watching from. Tarvids lines up against Domek. Tomek does end up taking the draw. Shabesta. Tarvids takes it back. Latvia moves up the other way. Upniks already ran through the goalie once, moves over. Oh, and a great save there by Sklenicka. Looked like he was on another collision course there. Could have been bad. Oh, and some more extracurricular. Oh, and there down he goes. What do we got? We got two Latvias, a Czechia, Latvia. Few Latvias, few Czechias. Sounds about right. As we head to another power break here. Break in the action. It will be a very entertaining game later today as well. Sweden and the Slovaks, two teams that have enjoyed some success so far at this tournament, but have also at times struggled. And for Slovakia, their game against the Finns is the biggest kind of scare going into this one. For Sweden, the loss to both the USA and the Czechs, I'd say, is a bigger scare for them. Of course, they have followed up with 2 pretty big wins at this tournament, beating the Czechs again. And did Tomac get a penalty? Oh, no. Latvia will head to the power play. Nope, never mind. It's 4-on-4 potentially. Nope, 5-on-5. Coincidental minors. That's no fun. Walks the line. Shot. Sklinchka did not know where it was. And here comes the Czechs. Working back the other way. But turned out 2-on-1 emerging for Latvia. Caught up. Mernik's shot. Misses wide of the net. And the puck will come all the way back down. Close. In pursuit with Lukes. Laganauskas takes the puck. But cannot clear it out. Avatinch tries to flip it out. Mihalik ends up taking it. Puck moved up. Over to Katalichki. Moves it down. To Vanacek. Curls and drags, but no good. As Rumel will take it back for the Czechs. Looks up. Katalichki. Throws on the brakes. Sends it down to Rumel. Rumel fires it in. Knocked down by Pluminch, who tries to play the puck. We'll get out to neutral ice. It's Rutkus now. There's a lot of players on the ice right now for Latvia. No call, though. Moves it up. Cloud sends. Cloud throws on the brakes. Moves it over. Oh, that's a terrible tripping call to take. As Czechia will go to the power play here. Sedlacek moves it over. Looking for Holozhovsky there. But Czechia will rather head to the power play on a pretty unnecessary offensive zone tripping penalty. It's a tough one to take. It's a very tough one to take. As Obuks, the recipient of the penalty. Yeah, this reminds you a lot of that game against the Slovaks, where Latvia just let them back into the game. Can't have that happen. Puck work down to Klaus. Klaus works it back up to the point. Mihalik's shot blocked. Works it over. Over to Mihalik. Down to Klaus. Klaus back up to Mihalik. Shot. Whiffs on it. Stick broken as well. Tarvids takes it and will fire it all the way down the ice. Klaus moves it behind the net. Here comes the Czechs. Rumel takes it. Over to Vanacek. Vanacek gets tied up, and Murniks will shoot it all the way down. One minute through this power play. Hook will take it now for Czechia. Rumel. Over to Hook. Up to Vanacek. Back to Rumel. Over to Vanacek. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Puck will be cleared out. And a pretty good kill so far by the Latvians. Puck gets moved up to the line. Kept in. Rumel. Shifts it on over. Back to Rumel at the top. Oh, and puck poked off. Here comes Latvia back the other way. Lashovskis tries, but no good. Here comes the Czechs. She has. And that will do it for the Czech power play. Dangerous minute. Following shot. Good save there. Oh, and chipped out. Upnik's looking for another opportunity. He's had 2 pretty good ones so far this game. Play there. Oh, and couldn't find Upnik's on the backside. Klaus works over the line. Back down to Klaus, looking for the one-timer to Beertus, but no good. Hook moves it up. Passes it over. Rims around the boards. Hook back up to the line of Beertus. Beertus walks the line. Moves over to Hook. Shot saved by Pluminch. 7:56 left to go, so we'll head to yet another power break. Latvia with a huge kill on that one. You talk about important times to kill penalties. You talk about important moments in a games that can have those kind of swing type effects. That is one that they needed there. And so good to see the Latvians come and find it there. 199 votes in our poll. 56% of people say Latvia will take it. 44% for the Czechs. If you are new here, be sure to go vote in that poll, as well as hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. We are on the road to 1,800 subscribers here on YouTube. We are just 32 subscribers away now from that as well. We have 31 likes on this live stream today. Let's see if we can get that to 35 before. Let's see if we can get that to 40 before the end of the period. So if you have not already, please do hit the like button. It would mean a great time. It's so over. That's the optimism we love. To be honest, they can come back from a goal. If it gets to 2 goals, it might be over. Klutz and lines up in the draw for Latvia, and we'll lose another draw. Latvia's really struggled on the face-off dot today. I'm not sure what the numbers are, but shot. This is wide. Herdmenis now works in. Puck fired down. Latvia will be the first one on it. Looks to the Czech side. Cloudsense again with the opportunity, but cannot fire it home. Cloudsense has been all over it this game for Latvia. It's only a matter of time before he gets another one. Moves it up. Tipped up top. Puck will go in to the Czech end. Vanacek will be back. Take it for the Czech team. Tomek. Holozhovsky. Passes it up. Oh, and a misplay there. But kept alive. Puck behind the Latvian net. Oh, and a tripping call. Maybe. And it will be. Latvia will head to the power play. With 6:53 left to go in the second period, an unnecessary tripping call gives Latvia a chance in this game to tie this one at 2 and potentially take home a medal. Oh, that's a terrible penalty to take. That is absolutely atrocious. Oh, what are they showing there? Holozhovsky. Wait, who got the penalty there? I think it was him. As here comes Latvia. We'll see if they're going to be able to find it here on the power play. Murnix wins the face-off draw. Moves it over. The camera angle misses the thing. Shot down and will not be able to be kept in there. Soskas back for the Latvians. Moves it on over. Oh, and knocked off the puck. Is that going to be a no call? A missed hooking call there on Latvia. Oh, but Jipa still back to pick it up and will fire it down the ice. Six minutes to play now in the second period. 1:08 left to go on the Latvian power play. Cloudsens works in. Sofskis will dump it down deep. Knocked off the puck. Murniks now. Moves up to the line. Knocked out. No good, but good play there to keep it alive by Klavinch. Really saved an opportunity there. Rukas moves it back. Cloudsens. A nice little saucer pass there. Close shot over the net. Cloudsens works it up. Rukas fires it over and out. Quite a few times. Quite a few times we've seen the same mistakes made in this so far. Oh, decent play there. Roots. Upnik's now fired around. And no one there for Latvia. This has not been a very good power play for them. In fact, it's been a pretty pathetic power play from Latvia in this. That will do it for the Latvian power play. Nothing to show for it on that one. A disappointing power play for sure. It's amazing how much momentum you can lose off a power play. We'll see if that's the case for Latvia. Moves it on. Oh, nice keep in there. Shot tipped. Good attempt there by Latvia. They've looked okay 5-on-5. It's when they get into themselves into issues where they try and take penalties or they go on the power play. It all just seems to kind of crumble away a little bit. Owen moves in now. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Erdsens over to Avotinch. We'll work it back to Rydzenz. Rydzenz walks the line. Shot through. Good block there. Looked like he took that one off the crotch area. That could not have felt good. Herdmanis now will fire it around. Owen tripped up. No call. Hartle dumped down deep. Shots on goal in the second period, 5 shots for Latvia, 4 shots for the Czechs. Latvia has outshot the Czechs in this period so far. Good pass there. Rukas. Hands it over. Over to Obus. Down low. Passes it around. Cloudsens tripped up. That will be a call. Latvia will head to yet another power play. We'll see if they can get anything going on this one. As Cloudsens goes down off Neteros' stick in his skates, Neteros not happy, feels there should have been a dive called. Here we go again. So we head to yet another power break. But here we go. Latvian power play. I don't want to call... I know it's early. I appreciate that it's a 1-goal game, but this kind of feels like a must-score power play here for this Latvian team. We'll see. We'll see whether they can get it done. Because, frankly, you think about the impact that one power play can have, let alone 2 of them in the span of 5 minutes. You need a goal here. For momentum alone, just not to give the Czechs hope in this game. And we also kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. The Czechs have been a hot starter and a cold finisher since the very start of this tournament. So, we'll see. We will definitely see. I didn't watch the first period. All the goals were scored in the first period. They were. It's been a much tighter period and one that Latvia has definitely been the better team in thus far. Obviously, it's been relatively close with both teams having their looks, but who scored first? Latvia scored first. Cloudsens had a nice tic-tac-toe play. Tic-tac and toe. hands it off, got it back, and then deposited it. Yeah, Tomanek scored first for the Czechs, and then Huk scored the second one. Moves it over. Rutkus moves it on down to Upniks. Upniks moves it up to Rutkus. Rutkus walks the line, fires it around. Struggling to get it off the wall. Wolozowski will hold on to it. And just a masterclass penalty kill there as Vanacek will fire it all the way down. 1:20 left to go on this power play. 2:15 left to go in the period. As Latvia will try and move it in again and just can't get much going here. This is a tough watch on the power play. And another giveaway. As the Czechs will work back in now. Zipa with the move. Zipa's shot. Saved. And just a terrible power play so far. As Latvia will work back in. Hold on to it. They'll set it up in the offensive zone. And they'll make another suicide pass. And the puck gets cleared all the way down. What an awful power play. You talk about moments in a game that can help you. This has not helped at all. Lisovskis works in for them. Avatinch. Over to Lukes. Shot tipped. Good save there by Sklenicka. Oh, and a nice move there by Murniks. Shot. Looking for Avatinch. Cannot find it. Saucer pass over the stick. Murniks jumps down there. Sedlacek in the area. And that's going to do it. 1 minute left to go in the second period. That'll do it for the Latvian power play. Absolutely brutal. One opportunity the entire power play. And it wasn't all that great. Sedlacek works in. Shot! Plumage doesn't know where it is. Looks like a miss just wide of the net. Latvia playing power play in their defensive zone. Yeah, it has not been. It's not been good. And late chance here coming for the Czechs. Tomek with Tomanek. Tomek over to Tomanek, but broken up there in the final seconds of this second period. A huge opportunity there for the Czechs. Herdmanis now tied up along the boards. He will run out the clock here in the second period, as that will do it. And we'll head into our second intermission here. It has been an interesting game and a very interesting second period too for both these teams. I would say a much better period by Latvia there. You can feel that kind of desperation factor start to kick in a little bit. But in the end, it's still going to be a tough game. Tough game to try and pull their way through, more importantly. As we do head into our second intermission, a reminder that what we like to do at our second intermission is talk a little bit about the games that are upcoming as well as the games that are happening right now. As far as this game between Latvia and the Czechs, just obviously it's been a tight game. That period, final shots, I know people like to know about the shots, were 7-6 for Latvia, in favor of Latvia, for a total of 15-14 and for the advantage for the Czechs. So relatively more even in that one. 9-7 was the shots in the first, kind of an even split the last few. And so for Latvia going into this final period, it's ultimately going to come down to, A, if they can score, obviously, but more importantly, can they generate some momentum going in to this third period? I think if they can start hot, they've done a very good job so far in this game. The Czechs are well known to start to kind of choke away leads, especially late in the games. And so we're going to see whether or not that trend is going to continue into this one, right? And you kind of think back a little bit to that game against Germany for the Czechs, where another late lead, lost it there, lost in overtime. I think that's kind of the trajectory that you want to see from the way that Latvia is playing. If they can do that, they'll be set up well. they've been a lot more competitive, I'd say, than most people would have anticipated coming into today. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. You look at just kind of how well these two teams have played so far. I do think that at the very least, they've been relatively competitive, especially compared to expectations. Like, expectations for this game were like, the Latvians are going to get blown out. But I think we've seen so far today that it's actually a lot closer than most people think. And so I think it's been a great game so far, and we'll see what ends up happening. And kind of talking more so about the game coming up, Sweden and the Slovaks. You have two teams with relatively different paths to getting here. You have the Swedes, who probably had one of the worst preliminary rounds, followed it up with, two convincing wins over arguably top teams at this tournament. They go in and beat Canada in the quarterfinals, who they were arguably the top team coming into this tournament. They go and they beat the Czechs, who were arguably one of the biggest surprises and best teams coming into this tournament. That was a huge win for them coming into this game against the Slovaks, where if you're the Swedes, it's all going to be about how well you can play offense. If you can score goals in this game, you're going to win. If you can't score goals, you're probably going to lose. And so we're going to see what kind of game they end up coming out with as far as kind of, once again, for the Slovaks, more on the defensive side. If they can shut it down defensively, they'll be fine. But it's a matter of them actually being able to shut it down defensively that's going to become the question mark for them. And so we'll definitely see kind of how it goes. But how'd you sum up the Latvian and Czech youngsters in this tournament in terms of potential for a future NHL career, main national teams, call-ups, etc.? It's a good question. I think there's a few, and I'm looking down at the sheet in front of me just so I can kind of not miss anybody here. The obvious guys who were, I'd say, draft eligible, draft looked upon. Martins Klausen, or not Martins Klausen, sorry. Oliver's Monique's rather was kind of the main guy from Latvia that everyone was looking at, because you knew that he was going to be that next guy. He's been a World Juniors guy for a little bit as well, but he was always going to be that next guy up for Latvia at this tournament. He was going to be that NHL draft guy. He was projected first round pick. And I think in many ways he's really earned his spot in that first round at this tournament in particular. I thought he's looked pretty good, all things considered. He's kept up skating wise, which is one of the most important parts. He has the size he can play with. And he projects to be kind of that first round player. I don't know how much higher, I don't know how high in that first round he'll end up getting, but that's what I'd say for the most part. For Latvia, it's kind of, Klausen is a guy who I've really liked. I think Klausen will be a guy who you'll definitely see on the national team for years to come. I think he's definitely a guy. Same with the World Juniors, and obviously we've seen Klausen as well there. But I've been really impressed with his game. Leganovskis and Laugulis as well. I've liked their games. I thought they've been good. We'll probably see them at the juniors as well coming up. What else we have? Just making sure I'm not missing anybody too much. Upniks, I like the size of. I don't really expect him to get drafted. I don't think that's going to end up happening. As far as goaltending goes, Pluminch has been really good at this tournament. I would assume he'd be a national team guy. I don't know about getting drafted. These tournaments don't have that much swing, especially although it is in his draft year and it was a huge upset over the Americans. I don't think that, especially considering how little people knew about him coming in, that all of a sudden that's going to change. Nikitin's, I thought, has been good this tournament. The backup for Latvia, I'm not sure. Once again, I don't think he'll end up getting drafted, but we could see him on the World Junior team coming up. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. As for the Czech team, I thought Solovets had a really good tournament. Same with Skleníčka. Both those guys probably will go at some point in the NHL draft. Mihalik has been a star at this tournament. Obviously, a later addition to an NHL team, but I've been very impressed with his game. I thought he was really good this tournament. As well, Peter Tomek, I think he's going to be a really good player. I don't know whether or not he'll be a drafted guy, but I do think that he'll be a national team guy. Kind of a smaller player, which hurts his draft stock a little bit. But I would say that we will likely see him definitely on the World Junior stage. The kid's a gamer, and he will probably get drafted, actually, now that I think about it. But once again, like, he's hurt coming into this tournament. You can see he's playing through being hurt, and he still put together a pretty good tournament. So Tomek's a guy for me that I've really liked. Neteros, I thought it's been decent, a good defenseman. We'll see whether he goes. Vanacek, a good player. He'll definitely be drafted. Jipa, I'd say could be. I'm not sure about him. I think he'll be probably a later round guy if he does go. Katalichki has been another guy that's probably mid-rounder, probably third, fourth round as of this point. I think that's probably most of them as far as... There'll be a few guys that kind of fall through. I mean, like, Rummel will be close. Tomanek, I'd say, will be close. I don't know whether or not he'll end up going. But I would say those are kind of the key guys from both teams that I would say very likely end up getting drafted from this tournament. But I've been very impressed, actually, by both these teams at this tournament. That's part of the beauty of it is there's always a difference between projectability and talent. And it's one of the hardest things to kind of compare because you think about right now, you can look at a guy like Tomek and say, hey, he's a good player, but he's a smaller guy. He's going to basically lose that advantage over time because he's a smaller guy. And so projectability versus current talent is always a trade-off, especially at these kind of NHL draft talks. And so as much as, yes, you can look at it and say, well, he should be, but we'll see if that actually comes true. Likewise, how do you rate the ceiling of Slovakia and Sweden's kids? Let me pull up just make sure I'm not forgetting names here. We'll go with Slovakia because I have them in front of me right now. Adam Gollier was the one guy who was like kind of a lock to be drafted. He's kind of a mid-round pick. I don't know if he's improved his stock that much at this tournament. We talked about him potentially trying to sneak into that first round. I think that's not going to happen after this tournament. But I would say that he's had a pretty good tournament, likely going to be a mid to late second round pick at this year's draft. We'll see whether or not he goes. Hrenak, I've really liked as well. I think he'll probably be the starter he'll be a starter. He'll be drafted. Maybe a late round pick if he does. Whether or not he does, definitely a question mark there. But he'd be a guy to keep an eye on for Slovakia as well. Ozagani has had a decent tournament. Flourish has had a good tournament. That's really the main ones that I'd say. And then like Timothy Kazda has really turned heads. He'll probably earn his draft stock for this turn or this. He probably has earned a lot of his draft stock at this year's tournament. He's a later round, like a late birthday, so he'll be not this draft, but the draft after. And so we'll see whether or not he ends up going in that. I would assume he'd probably be pretty close, and especially after his performance this year, we'll see him a lot more frequent, especially with his size. Definitely a guy to keep an eye on there. Whether or not he does end up going at the draft, definitely a question mark, but he's definitely had a really good tournament so far. And yeah, I'd say that's really the main guys who have had that kind of that standout tournament. The Slovak team has been a little bit weird so far where they've had a very consistent effort from really all of their team. There hasn't been, outside of Kazda, one guy who's kind of stood out. I mean, Shermatty's been good too, but I'm not sure if it's been good enough to kind of earn that next spot up. They've had one kind of blowout win, and that's really been it. But I have thought that Hrenak's been really good for the Swedes. He's a guy for sure that I could definitely see being drafted at some point as far as that goes. And then there's one other team, the Swedes. Who do we have? The Swedes paper? I think we do. Yeah. And then for the Swedes, I mean, the Swedes are heavily going to be drafted this year. Wow, they'll be drafted a lot this year and next year. A guy I had my eyes on coming in was Axel Olofsson, who was kind of a mid to late round, second round pick. Could be a third round, early third round. I thought he's had a little bit of a disappointing tournament. He's been okay. Like, he hasn't been kind of that standout we saw at Hlinka, but still good enough that we'll probably see him get drafted kind of in around that range. Malte Gustafsson kind of projected to be a kind of that first round pick. Hermansson, I believe, will be a first round pick. Command will be a first round pick. Bosse Meyer, I think he's around, I believe he's around first or second round pick. Nordmark is a first round pick. Like, they have a lot of players that are realistically first round picks on this team, so it doesn't really surprise me to see that. Viggo Sorensen, I believe, is also considered to be a first round pick. Like, the Swedes have a lot of potential first round picks on their team. What's the score? It is 2-1 Czechia over Latvia after 2 periods of play. We're in the second intermission there. And so to kind of complete the point on Sweden, we'll see whether those guys end up as national team guys. The nice thing about Sweden is typically the only way you get to be a national team guy is if you go and play in the NHL. So there's a lot of carryover from the NHL draft guys to the eventual national team players, which is unlike teams like Slovakia, where there's a little bit less of that. Same with, although that's also changing, but same with teams like the Czechs, and same with teams like Latvia as well. And so that's kind of what I'd say for the most part. Those are the kind of guys who you keep an eye on. I don't know how many guys have really earned stock at this tournament. Like, there really hasn't been one standout performance, if you will, from this year's U18 Men's World Championship. Like, there's been some good performances. Like, Wyatt Cullen had a pretty good early part to the tournament. Obviously, his team got knocked out, which probably is going to end up hurting him in the long run. But, like, Hermansson's look good. Kazda's look good. Zilkin, I think Zilkin's probably earned a little bit of draft stock as well, just the way he's played. Command, I thought, has been okay. I wouldn't say he was the best player on the ice. Definitely a guy who has a lot of skill, but two-way game kind of comes into question a little bit. Zipa had a good tournament. Wouldn't necessarily say he's earned a whole ton of stock. It hasn't been one of those tournaments that, and we think back the last few years where there's certain guys that just like absolutely dominate it, right? And we tend to see that, especially at these kind of tournaments, the underage tournaments in particular, where there's one guy that kind of leads the charge. I mean, you think about last year, it was Ekberg, who just had a phenomenal tournament there. But at the same time, like, every year there's someone different. Stenberg had a good tournament as well, but every year there's kind of one player that stands above the rest. And even 2024, I'm kind of looking back on them now. You have James Hagens with 22 points in 7 games played. I think that was a record that year set as well. McKenna was right behind him with 20 points. Over 22. He was also an underager at that tournament, like a double underager at that tournament. Martone had 17 points in 7 games. Cole Hudson, the defenseman, had 13 points in 7 games. And so that's kind of what you come to expect from these tournaments. And this year, there just hasn't really been that, not surprise, but like that really dominant force. It just hasn't come, which is okay. It's not to say that this tournament hasn't been good. We've had some incredible upsets, and probably this has been one of the most competitive IIHF tournaments there's ever been. But I don't know. It's just kind of a tournament that I wouldn't say anyone's been really surprising in, if that makes sense. Crazy to see a guy like Celebrini, who's similar age to these guys, and getting 100 points in the NHL. The levels are crazy. And it does go to show, right? Like, it's interesting to see, because he could have been at the World Juniors this year too, which to me is one of the most fascinating parts. But he didn't end up going, of course, because he had to go play an NHL career and score 100 points in that league. But What else we have? Celebrity Generational. Who do you think will win gold? I think the Swedes ends up taking it today, but I think that game's going to be extremely close. Will he play in the IIHF World Championship? Sharks didn't make the playoffs, so maybe. I think it was called upon. I'm not sure if he ended up going. What's the score? 2-1. Going into the third period of action, as it is now third period action here from the semifinals. Tomanek works in. Tomanek. Good chance there. As Latvia works back in. And the Latvians will collect it back into their own end. Third period action here between Czechia and Latvia. Moved over Klavinch. Moves over Hermanis. Who will dump it down deep. He'll chase his own dump in. The defenseman joining in the rush, which is unlike the Latvians. Puck will be dumped around. And here comes the Czechs. Klaus works it down. Nice play there, Rukas. Oh, looking for Cloud Sands, but no luck on the pass. $18:44 left to go in the third period. What do we have? Sweden's 7 best young players playing right in Czechia hockey games. If they played this tournament, it wouldn't even be fair. Yeah, fair. But you could, realistically, you could say the same thing about Canada too, to be honest. It's always the same argument because everyone's gone and the CHL players, as Klaus is getting tended to, looks like he might have dislocated his shoulder. Just by the procedure the trainer's performing. Moves it on over. Oh, and knocked down. Oopneeks. Shot from the point, tipped. Oh, and a near. If that got through the second tip, it might have went in. Latvia with a little bit of pressure early on in this period. Lauglas takes the puck behind his own net. Works up. Fires it all the way down. That will go for icing. 18:13 left to go in this third period. Possibly was 19 coaches. Yeah, suppose he's already committed to playing it in. Yeah, I thought he was. I couldn't remember if he was or not. Time to play some Latvian hockey songs on the piano for good luck. Oh, I like that. Should do a skill competition for one of the overtimes or the intermissions. Good old-fashioned viewer skills viewer talent show live. Oh, that'd be funny. On the fly after hours. Puck moved up. Checks, so throw it back out to the neutral zone. Lukes fires it down. Mihalik just out the outstretched stick. Where were we? Sweden will win gold. Just seems a Swedish thing to do. Struggle early, peak later. Yeah, and we didn't have them winning gold either in our predictions. We had Canada beating the U.S. in the final, which turned out pretty well for me. But yeah, as Murniks now lines up in the face-off dot. Dropped once, no good. Wins the draw back. And Latvia will have control in the offensive end. Murniks walks the line. Oh, a great move there. Oh, wraps around him. Lucky no call. Murniks dumps it down deep. Rides hands. Move it over to Avotinch. Avotinch behind the net. Olajovsky. Move it back. And nice hit there. As captain at the line. Shot! Latvia with a huge opportunity there. Oh, and Avotinch goes after him. Rydzans with a prime chance all alone in front of the net. And unfortunately just couldn't beat Sklenichka. Oh, prime opportunity off a turnover. And unfortunately just couldn't get it by the blocker side. Slovaks will win gold for me. I could definitely see that. Do you think Russia and Belarus should be allowed to play in the IIHF events? The issue is not as much should they play, it's who else leaves when they do. Because they basically already, Sweden, the Czechs, the Finns, and there's one other team that basically just said that if Russia and Belarus play, they're not going to participate. So it's a trade-off of whether you'd rather have those countries or you'd rather have those two countries. So just kind of a trade-off there. It's definitely lower quality without them. Sofskis. Shabesta. As the Latvians try and work in but can't. Turn back the other way. Neteros. Oh, but here comes Latvia. 2-on-1 emerging. Obuk's shot. Saved. Rebound. Another save by Sklenicka. Two real good saves there on Obuk's. 16:09 left to go in this third period. Current poll sits at 54% for Latvia, 46% tip shot, just wide of the net. 46% for the Czechs. Here comes Upniks. Oh, and a move by Upniks. Oh, he had a chance, but a real good defensive effort there by Buritis to knock it away. Roots moves it up. Oh, just off the outstretched stick. Latvia with a lot of good opportunities early on in this third period here. You can feel the pressure starting to mount on the Czechs. Current shots on goal total 17-15. As Hartl now are working. Turns the corner. Here comes Latvia yet again. Starting to stretch themselves out a little bit. You have to be careful. As Katalichki now works back in. Katalichki's shot. Tipped away into the corner. 15 minutes left to go as the clock, the enemy of this Latvian team. Katalichki now behind the net. What a good play there. Good little box out. Shias. Tied up in the corner. Holozhovsky. Puck comes over. Katalichki. Katalichki moves up to the point. To Mihalik. Mihalik's shot. Block out front. Moves it up. Oh, a nice play there. Vanacek's shot. Misses. Over to Mihalik. Mihalik walks over the line. Mihalik shot. Through deflection. Rebound. He saved that? Oh my God, what a save. Huk had a wide open net and he still missed it. What a save by Plumich. Oh, and Plumich is down. Is he hurt? Wow, what a save. And a great save by Plumich on what looked to be almost a guaranteed goal. Oh, and a tremendous stop there. Deny the already goal scorer, Huk. Good stop. And Plumich is okay. What a stop. Holozhovsky pins it up along the boards. Flips it. So the puck will be moved out. Vanacek. Moves over. Puck comes back. Neteros. Fires it down deep. Shabesta. Dumps it down. As that'll go the length of the ice for icing. Surprising call there. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,800 subscribers here on YouTube. We are just 30 away. So please, if you have not already, please do hammer it and hit that subscribe, and like button, which helps it gets the stream out to more people. 37 likes. Can we get to 40? Murnix. Shot. Good stop there by Plumage. Puck will be dumped out. As the Latvians are really trying to start sneaking some forwards down deep into the Czech zone there. Zipa shot. Misses wide of the net. Here comes Cloudsens. Cloudsens now. A guy who's had a tremendous game so far trips up. And the Czechs will work back the other way. Puck bouncing on Plumage and nearly goes in the net. Oh, that could have been devastating. Klavinch moves it up to Cloudsens. Cloudsens drops it off to Obuk. Shot. Kicked away. Shot again. Goes straight up in the air. But cleared out by the Czechs. Puck dumped down deep. Sofskis and Klavinch tying the puck up down low. And here comes Latvia yet again. 12:10 left to go in this third period. Czechia still leads by a goal. Here comes the Czechs over the line. Czechs a little bit of forward pressure now. Puck comes out looking for the defense. Mihalik up at the point. Shot. Good stop there. Puck comes over. 11:30 now. Clock the enemy of this Latvian team. Puck rimmed around. And we'll go all the way down, but Mihalik back to keep it for the Czechs. And a turnover in the neutral zone. Latvia now works in. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Nice chance there, but misses the net. The ice a little bit more tilted here in this third period. Both teams really trying to trade chances, but definitely favoring the Latvians thus far. Here comes the Czechs back the other way. We'll dump it down deep. Klavinch tries to get a step, can't. Puck will come up to the blue line. Shot. Tipped up top. Kept down in the corner. Zipa. Send it up top to Neteros. Klaus. Oh, up to the top. Great pass. Shot. Blocked out front. Rummel there with the chance. But turned over. The Czechs keep it. But unfortunately, the puck will become out of play. 10:10 left to go in this third period as we head to yet another power break. Oh, and it's been quite the game thus far. It really has been. And I think Latvia would be happy with the spot they're in now, considering the way that this game has played out. I think it's really good. As we did just hit 40 likes, so thank you everybody for hitting the like button. Next goal is 50. Let's see if we can get there. It will be interesting to see if countries threaten to not participate and the U.S. is allowed to. Yeah, we'll see on that one. But Latvia almost doesn't score, and our Latvian goalie saves so good. Yeah, the Latvian Plumage has been arguably one of the most important players for this team so far. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see whether or not they can find their groove. It's always a tough game as the Latvians to try and because there's a certain balance you have to play with because obviously you're not as good of a team as far as skill level goes, and you're never going to be able to compete without the structure in your game. And so it's a trade-off between playing structured defensive hockey where you'll be competitive in those games and actually trying to score. It's always a tough balance, and I thought the Latvians have done a pretty good job so far of it today. As the puck will be fired down. for icing. 10:03 left to go in this third period. Let's see whether or not this Czech team can get much going here in this offensive end possession. So here we go. Puck's about to be dropped. Cloud sends on the draw for Latvians. She asks for the Czechs. Latvia wins it down and will dump it down deep. Good opportunity here, Latvia. Puck will be moved up now. Here comes the Czechs. Fired down deep. Hartl. Moves it up to Cloudsens. Tries for Rudkis. Fire it down. And a bit of the no man's land area. 9:20 now left to go in the third period. Time the enemy once again of the Latvians as the clock slowly, surely ticks down. Zupniks now works in. Nearly goes into... Oh, and a huge hit there. Mihalik gets absolutely rocked. Nice pass there along the boards. Shot wide of the net. Rebound. Looking for the backside. Roots. It's the puck. Puck tied up down low. Here comes Latvia again. Upniks fires it down. Pressure moments for these two teams. 8:30 left to go in the third. Throws on the brakes. Good stop up. Smirniks now takes it. Passes it around. Oh, great pass there to Smirniks. Smirniks works in. Throws on the brakes. Able to get past the Czech defender. Goes for the curl and drag. Smirniks tries to do it all alone and nearly gets the backdoor feed to Avotinch, but can't. A huge opportunity there. 8 minutes left to go now in this third period. And nearly, just nearly, there was a chance. Coming ever so much closer here. As Cloudsens now works in. Cloudsens, a guy who's absolutely earned a pass. Oh, nearly had a great opportunity there. Soskis, good opportunity on that one. Cloudsens, backside. Moves it over, but unfortunately comes out of the zone. It's Obuks. Puck hits off of a leg and will come out. As this game gets extremely interesting, as we head closer and closer to the end, potentially an overtime or maybe even a shootout. The guys have less people in their country than Canadians have hockey players. Sad, but probably true, actually. Especially with how many Canadians actually do play hockey. That's it's actually probably not wrong. Please, Latvia. We have a lot of Latvian supporters in our comments. How many Czech fans do we have? Are there any present with us? Out of curiosity. As we check our poll, 280 votes registered, 55% say Latvia will end up taking it today, 45% for the Czechs. We will see. We will absolutely see here. Skleníčka looking on. We'll see whether or not he's going to be able to take home a medal today. Sklavin, nearly loses that puck there, but keeps it. Upniks fire it down around the boards. Shots on goal for the third period, 8-5 in favor of the Latvians. Pressure mounting. Clock ticking. Dangerous moments. Katalichki now will dump it down deep. Czechs, first one in on it. Goes for the reverse hit. Gets knocked over. Puck comes back up to the line. Mihalik shifts it on down. Klavinj loses the puck. And we tied up down in the Latvian end. 6:30 left to go. So the puck is tied up by both the Czechs and the Latvians. They're going to call a whistle soon, probably. Nope, puck comes out. Hermanis slides it around for Upniks. Upniks will wind it up. Here he comes. Upniks loses the puck. And the puck will be sent around. Murniks there nearly picks it off, but can't. 6 minutes now left to go. Clock continues to tick down. Murniks, long stretch pass. Over to Rydzans. Puck comes bouncing up. Oh, nice poke check there by Murniks. Passes it back to the point, and no one there for it. Pluminch out to play it. As the Latvians will pick it up behind their own net, preparing to get going for yet another rush. Passes it forward. Looks to be potentially tipped and there will be no icing. 5:20 now left to go. Good keeping at the line. Cloudsens works in. Cloudsens waits, holds, tries to shoot. No good. Obuks works it over to Rutkis, who loses the puck behind the net. Rutkis over to Obuks. Obuks back up to the point. Luke's shot. No good. Rutkis passes it along. Sends it around. Oh, no, and a tough play there. Tomek walks in for the Czechs. Tomek's shot. Good save there by Pluminch. As Luke's now for Latvia will spearhead it forward. It's Tomanek. Comes back. But the Latvians pick it off. Work back the other way. Upnik's shot. Good block shot there. 4:20 left to go in this game. The clock continuing to tick down ever so fast for the Latvians, but ever too much slowly for a great chance there. Upnik's. Oh, and a great hand pass there. Shot! Oh, and wide of the net. Prime scoring opportunity there for Latvia, but cannot take care of the opportunity. 4 minutes now to go. Czechs still in the lead by a goal. Puck will be fired to center ice. No hold. Latvians bench is crying for a penalty, but they will not get one. Czechs now work in. Shot! Pluminch with the head save. 3:30 and Pluminch will cover up with 3:26 left to go in the third period. We will head to the power break, where we will take a look at our poll, figure out what the heck is going on. We have 56% of the people still thinking Latvia is going to come out with this win. The Czechs with 44%. Honestly, I think the amount of pressure the Latvians have put on, they do deserve at least a goal to make it to push it to overtime, which would be really fun to watch, I might add. But we will see. As we are in a commercial break, please do smash the like button. Helps get this stream out to more people. As well, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,800 subscribers here on YouTube. We are just 29 away. So please, if you have not already, please do smash the subscribe button. This has been a really crazy game so far. A low-scoring one. We saw Latvia go up first. Then the Czechs rally back with 2 in the first period. From there, they try and sit in their defensive structure. The Latvians have been all over them since that point and have really dominated play. But in the end, the Czechs still do lead on the scoreboard here by a score of 2-1. We'll see whether that changes over the next few minutes as we start to keep an eye on Pluminch to see if he goes for the bench. Should be interesting. If it does go to OT, I hope it gets solved in OT. I'd hate for this to be decided in a shootout. There's nothing I hate more than shootouts. We made a podcast topic on it because we seem to be making a podcast topic on everything that comes up these days. But yeah, no, I hate shootouts with every bone in my body. Obuks works in. Pass over to Rutkiss. Obuks shot. Oh, and a weird look there by Sklenicka. Didn't know where it was. Hit off the post. Luke shot. Rebound. Turnaround shot. Oh, and just wide of the net to Sklenicka. Nearly put it in there. Under 3 minutes to go now. Czechia still leads 2-1. 2:45 left to go. The puck hemmed into the Latvian end. Latvia will try and break it up, but can't. Puck will come back. Herdmanis fires it around the boards, but onto the stick of the Czech player. And you can't tie it up again. You gotta play it. 2:30 left to go. And here we go. They'll settle it back down. Is this the moment we see Plumage get pulled? 2:10 left to go in the period. 2:05. Plumage still remains in his net. Puck fired forward. We're under 2 minutes to play. Puck back into the end. Oh no. Back in the end of Latvia as they cycle it forward, but picked off yet again. And oh, that might be a penalty. No call. 1:40 now left to go. As taken down. Will that be a penalty? It will be. Oh, and they're going to take both of them. Wow. That is a terrible call. That is terrible. They're calling Tarvids for the, I would assume, holding or embellishment. Wow. What are they calling him for? Oh, yeah, never mind. It's a dive. I take it back. Yeah, he went down pretty easily there. So 1:36 left to go in this period. Czechs do lead 2-1. Tarvids, Latvia's captain, will be in the box here. We will see whether or not which team can come out on top. Be sure to comment who you are cheering for. In the chat, we currently have 295 votes into our poll. 55% say that Latvia is going to pull through with 45% in saying for the Czechs. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. And let's watch the end of this exciting game together as we go right down to the final whistle here. 1:36 left to go in the third period. Latvia looking for the equalizer. The Czechs looking to try and secure the bronze medal at this year's tournament. Cloudsens lines up for Latvia. Tomac wins the draw for the Czechs. Puck moved up. Murniks first on it. Can he keep it in at the line? No, he can't. Katalichki, nearly had a great opportunity there, but could not move it up. Puck dumped over. And 1:20 now left to go in the period. When will Plumage head to the box or head to the bench? Here comes Cloudsens with the move. Cloudsens tries to do it all himself. Ends up getting the puck back. Fires it around. 1:07 left to go. Latvia has pulled their goaltender. 1 minute left to go in this third period. Puck tied up behind the net behind the Czech net. Fired down, and what's the call? 48 seconds left to go, and there was a whistle. I'm not sure they know what happened. What was the call? High stick, maybe? Does it make sense? Hand pass? Strange. Offensive zone draw for Latvia. Goalie is pulled. 48.8 seconds left to go in this third period. Culminates against Hook in the face-off dot. Culminates has struggled today in this face-off dot. We'll see if he can win the big one when it matters the most. Culminates wins the draw for Latvia. Huge win. 40 seconds now. Passes all the way across. Murniks. Oh, and misses the outstretched stick, and that will go all the way back down to the Latvian end. 35 seconds to go as Latvia looks for one final chance and gives it away. Oh, tragedy, as Hook scores for the Czechs. That should do it. The empty netter to make it 3-1 for Czechia. They will win bronze at this year's tournament. And a tough giveaway there. Oh, no. That is tough to take. And that should do it. After what was a tremendous game played by the Latvians, they make one critical mistake in the final 35 seconds. Laganovskis misses the puck, skates off without it, and unfortunately, right onto the stick of the Czechs. David Hook scores the winner, the dagger really for this Czech team. It is now 3-1 with 35 seconds to go, barring a late second miracle. This should do it. The Czechs will fire it down deep. That will go back the length of the ice for icing. 18.7 seconds left to go on this clock. As we'll see, as Latvia will once again pull their goaltender in a really well played game today by this Czech team. They did exactly what they needed to. Was it pretty? No. But did they do what they needed to? Absolutely they did. Tomek back in the face-off dot against Culminates. Empty net again, 18.7 seconds left to go in the third period. Culminates needs a big win here to keep Latvia alive. Wins the draw again for Latvia, but unfortunately not won enough, and that will likely do it. 8 seconds ticking away on the clock. Puck fired down into the empty net. It is now a 4-1 game. One last empty net goal for the Czechs to solidify it, and that should do it. As the Latvians distraught on the bench. After a tremendous upset over the U.S., they fall up just short in this bronze medal game. They fall just short in the game against the Slovaks, and a tough end for this team. And that's going to do it. Czechia has won the 2026 Men's Under-18 World Championship bronze medal. Quite the performance from them today to solidify it. 2 empty net goals to bear. And Czechia will win their first medal in quite a while at this tournament. Especially considering the disappointing last few years. Haven't been able to make it out of the quarterfinals. They then come back to this tournament and they make right by it. For Latvia, a tremendous tournament and one they can be very proud of, as they pull off a huge upset against the Americans. Just nearly pull off the upset against the Slovaks. Going back to back, they fall just short there, losing 1-0. And then today, a 4-1 loss against the Czechs with 2 empty nets as well. It's the first medal at this tournament since 2014 for the Czechs, and a tremendous performance. Wow. What a sight. What a sight. And we will see. Obviously, there's one more game coming up today. We'll see whether or not the Slovak counterparts for our Czechoslovak friends will be able to pull through with the win in the gold medal game against the Swedes. We will, of course, be live for that one, so stick around for that. It'll be at 1 o'clock p.m. It's in an hour and 37 minutes. We'll be back live here. And a big thank you to everyone who came out today. We'll be live for a little bit longer, but really do appreciate everyone tuning in today. And unfortunately for our Latvian friends, just a little bit short today. Fell up just a little bit short. Czechia takes home the bronze medal at this year's tournament. After a great end of the first period, they held on just long enough. You never ask how at this tournament. All that matters is the final score. And today, we saw a 4-1 victory for the Czechs. And so close. The Latvians could taste it twice. So much pressure, so much momentum on their side. And it just slips through their fingers in the end. I blame not challenging the goal over Slovakia. Yeah, that's fair. CESKYHOKEJ, the coach of the Czech national team's there. Recently named too. Quite the win. Quite the win for the Czechs today. A well-deserved win. A well-deserved medal at this tournament after a bit of a disappointing start. But in the end, we see them pull through. As they're showing players of the games, Tomáš Hrdmanis with the player of the game for Latvia. As for the Czechs, Matyas Mihalek, the player of the game for them. Not really, just a bit of a surprise, but a huge part for both these teams today. Both guys on the back end. Quite the win. Quite the win indeed. Let's go Czechia. Yep, our Czech friends are starting to roll on in. For those just joining us, the Czechs have just won the bronze medal at this year's tournament. A tremendous result from them. So you're giving the refs the players of the game. That is going to do it here for us today. We'll talk a little bit more about this game a little bit later on tomorrow. So stick around for that. Tomorrow, a little bit later today, we'll be live once again at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central European Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern European Time. A big thank you to everyone who tuned in today to this live stream. It's been an absolute pleasure covering the gold medal or the bronze medal game between Czechia and Latvia. We will see whether or not the Slovaks can take home the win coming up a little bit later on today. Once again, a big thank you to everyone for tuning in. The Czechs with a bit of an interesting performance today, of course, going down early. They end up scoring 2 more in the first period. Hold on just long enough. Wasn't a great performance, but in the end, they get the job done. But with that, if you made it this far in the live stream, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to drop a like, if you really like to consider subscribing, tell all your friends that the Czechs are the bronze medalists at this year's tournament. Until next time, see ya.